Here for our next series of the day between the side of Among Us and Boom Esports, and it is of course MLP Dota and John Xpire here once again. John, this is the one. This is the one everyone's waiting for. Among Us versus Boom. Yes, they've already got their positions. Yes, there's no changing positions. But it's about pride for Boom Esports, I believe. They're a confident team. I believe they're a prideful team. And I am very sure they will want to beat Among Us at least once, if not twice. The question is, can they do it?
Yeah, I think they can. I think Boom has shown us consistency. They've been on top form recently. They've done well for themselves here in groups. You know, we've watched this team evolve for the past 3 years now, and they've really been a step up. It's been a lot more consistent. They've got a good shot at it, but of course Among Us won't make it easy. They do have an interesting opening. They go straight into the Faceless Void, seeing that Batrider pick up now. This one is a back and forth opener. The Batrider can kind of take control, kind of force the Void to have a rough time in lane if it is going to be off lane Bat. And of course, you've got the lasso to always pick out the Faceless Void. I love that Boom also pick up this Disruptor. So it takes away the combination there for Whitemon. You're not going to have the Chrono with the Static Storm follow-up anymore. They do have that here. The Glimpse is going to be a bit tricky as well for the Void. Savage is going to need something to prevent that from being an issue. Maybe a Manta to dodge or a BKB straight up to just ignore it. And Among Us, LC comes out as well. So you do have a way of purging off the lasso here for Among Us, taking off the sticky napalm. But it doesn't really play into that Chrono all too well. So that's something Among Us should be cautious about. And it's also very different, right? We tend to see the Cuckoo hero pick last, but it looks like it's coming out really early here.
It is. Now, I know you pointed out the LC doesn't do much in the Chrono, and I would agree with you, but I think the press the attack might be pretty useful here.
Yeah.
We've seen
Batrider.
Currently, no, not even against the Batrider though. Even in the Chrono, right? That bonus attack speed.
Oh,
yeah. Because the Void is right now, it just seems to be all about attack speed, right? You get the Mask of Madness, the treads into the MKB, which now gives you attack speed. So it may help, but we'll only have to wait and see. As we are into the next ban stage, Oracle and Rubik being removed from Boom Esports. Among Us, they will remove the puck.
10 seconds.
The DK. Don't forget as well, Boom Esports, the last time we saw them play, they ran Position 1 Bounty Hunter, which was which is a real treat to watch. People were doubting it quite a bit back when we were watching it in the drafting phase, but Dreamer Cell, he's one of those players. He can make it work.
Oh yeah.
And I can only imagine what they've got in store for us today. Like, are we going back to the Chaos Knight picks for Dreamer Cell this game? Is he going to pick a more standard Position 1? I can only wonder.
I think Medusa could be pretty potent here.
Okay.
So if you pop your gaze before the Chrono comes out and the Chrono comes in, you're kind of forced to make a decision there for Among Us. I think that's pretty potent to have there. We know Boom does love to run that Medusa as well, regardless of whether or not the Venge is around. So that's an option. It's a strange one into Faceless Void, but I think if you consider how Boom Esports plays, but at Medusa, it's definitely something viable. They run it a lot faster than a lot of other teams do.
They do. Enchantress is picked up now for Among Us, and that should be the Whitemon hero coming out. Whitemon does play a very, very nice Enchantress. I do enjoy seeing him on this hero. Boom Esports, how do they respond? It's a very lane dominant kind of hero, the Enchantress. Sort of similar to the Batrider, where it's not necessarily amazing later on, although Batrider is kind of amazing with Lasso, but you get my point. They're just very lane dominant, right? The sticky napalm for the Batrider with the Firefly. Enchantress has impetus and enchant to really just annoy the crap out of you. So boom, they're going to have to figure something out here. And they've got to reveal some more cores for us, I think.
Yeah, it's I have a feeling they're going to be running this bat as a 4 coming out here. They do tend to do that a lot as well when they get the opportunity. No, okay, they get the tiny out, so there's the flexibility between bat and tiny as a core support. Really open for Boom, although it's starting to shape up to be a bat rider off here. Maybe Mikado can run it down mid if you wanted to. Depends on the rest of the matchups, as
10
Among Us will have to
seconds
close out this phase first, so Boom could sort of keep it up in the air.
5
Where
seconds
the Bat
remaining.
Rider ends up here, Among Us is going to have to hammer in. We're expecting supports, as we only really have the Enchantress. We're going to be looking for, I suppose, the Jabs hero. It still has to make its appearance here for Among Us, and, well, no Tiny around. Some of the flashier options aren't on the table anymore.
What about the Snapfire, John?
hmm
That's still there.
It's viable.
It's
It's
flashy.
viable. I mean, yeah, you
我
could
是
you
一
could give
个
it to
没有
Abed
感
if you
情
don't
的
want to
刷
run it
钱
as
机
4.
器。
So it's a value one for Among Us if they want to pick it up now. I'm surprised neither side banned it, actually. Slides all the way through, and you've got the faces void. You might as well go snap here before it gets banned out in the next phase.
Dyer's turn to pick.
No.
Ooh, they bring up the Jabs Mirana.
Okay.
Very dangerous hero for Jabs to be on. Love him on that Mirana. Boom Esports. How do you want to respond? There's not really much to set up the arrows this game, apart from maybe the Jewel and the Chrono, but that's not really how Jabs plays it anyway. Like, he'll get some nice arrows out, but it's more around just rotating with the Moonlight Shadow, being annoying with the leap, and Boom are going to go for the Wraith King. Wow, okay, so a bit of an old position one here, and I'll tell you what, John, every time I think of the Wraith King, I think of Boom Esports. From that one game up against TNC a few months back, where he went Aghanim Scepter with a Divine Rapier, and they just couldn't kill him. It was just impossible.
It is Dyer's
Yeah. It's the perfect one, you know. It's Boom. They love this aggressive play style. They love doing that with Yags. I think Dream Assault has a lot of flexibility in how to play here. Among Us, they don't have natural mana burn, so the re-ink is probably going to be a constant factor here.
10
Maybe you go Diffusal in the Faces Void if you're that worried. I don't really think you have the space for it.
5
It's time to see what Poison Boom Esports picks, though. They do ban out the Invoker, so no Cataclysm Chrono combo. They've got the Snap as an option here, though. They should know.
Absolutely.
Kisses in Chrono is still a big one as well. I think they've got to take it out here, because unless they pick it up themselves, which it doesn't look like it would fit the lineup anymore, but they could. Among Us will definitely just take it last. I think it just lines up here too well.
I mean, I don't disagree with you on that Snapfire, but if I'm perfectly honest, I do kind of want to see Abed Magnus again this game. Like, obviously, I love the Snapfire. It's a lot of fun to watch, and it combos well with the Faceless Void, but I would really enjoy seeing that Magnus one more time before the group stages are over. It was just such a beautiful performance out from the man himself. We'll see, though. Boom Esports, they're still waiting for this final ban out. Having a heavy think. They know it's an Abed hero they're trying to ban out. They got rid of the Invoker. Do you want to ban the mid-Snapfire and just save yourself the headache? Still thinking about it.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
I mean, what else would they ban though? Like, a Storm is a bit iffy. They do ban the Storm, but I don't think that would have been suitable anyway for Among Us' draft. You've got decent hold here, although it's not the best, but it's certainly something that can work. Static Storm is one way to punish a Storm out, so don't think it's the most valuable, but we'll see what they tie in. Maybe they're looking for a favorable matchup mid. Maybe Among Us don't take the Snap. I don't know about that. I feel like it's just so much value. If not the Snap, then you don't have the Invoker, and the Storm. So both of those Abed heroes are gone. And ooh,
I love it. I love the bounty hunter coming out. They got some balls, John. These guys on Boom Esports, I'll tell you. I don't think it's going to be a core bounty hunter, but if it is, a core bounty hunter, I'd be very, very happy.
yeah, that'd be pretty ballsy for Boom in game one. But you see the confidence. This is a draft we've seen them. Well, not exactly this draft. I think minus the bounty. We've seen Boom run these 4 heroes a lot in the past few months, and they're pretty dominant with this kind of lineup. So the timings line up well. The bounty hunter helps them off to get off on a running start, and they don't actually go for the snap. It's the Wind Ranger coming out here for what looks to be Abed. Yeah, that should be the Abed hero. So it's gonna be a fun one. Like both teams, they're bringing out some really exciting drafts, and it's gonna lead to a great back and forth. You know, Boom, they want a big win here just for the pride of it. And Among Us, they do want to maintain their pretty nice win streak. They have taken a loss, but you want to stay up there. You want to win as much as possible. I'm sure they're going to be looking to try to match up here up against what Boom's bringing out.
Yep. It's going to be a very interesting match. Abed Wind Ranger.
That's a treat. It's
I haven't seen it
been a
yet.
while as well. Yeah, it's been a while. Like I don't think we've seen it here. I think we've mainly seen him on the Storm, Invoker, and the Snapfire, mainly in these groups. But Wind Ranger, I mean, we've seen Mikado do work with it, right? Abed must be
FBZ bounty as well, John.
Oh,
So offlane bounty. Wow.
I love. It's that's pretty old school as well. But you trade hits with Savage. You trade hits with the supports to build up your farm. You only want to hit level 6, and then once you've got 6, with a Wraith King, you're just gonna be running at them. It's a really fast pace for Boom. Love seeing them go for this playstyle. It's very, what's the word for it? It's very suiting of their lineup. This is the kind of games you expect from Boom Esports. This is exactly why you say what's cooking, because this is it. This is
been
what's
cooking, John. They've been cooking. They've been up to something. This is the new Boom Esports recipe. Dreamersoul and FBZ on the bounty and the Wraith King. Can they make it work though? The Makoto Batrider also there in the mid lane up against Abed, but I don't know how much Abed's gonna care on the Wind Ranger. So he can just wind run away if there are too many sticky napalm stacks.
Yep.
So
it's a back and forth laying down in mid. I think that's one for. I don't know if there's too much pressure in Mikado there though. Like I think it comes down to almost like a farming lane. What Mikado needs to do is to keep his camp safe. I think that's something the Wind Ranger can contest and can kind of disrupt when you're trying to stack, when you're trying to pull. So you just want to keep those camps safe to get that steady farm. That's basically it. I think level 3 you have a good spike. You have to make a choice between Flame Break and Firefly. Honestly, I think when you're laning against Wind Ranger, you do go for priority on Flame Break, just to shove her down, get some good steady DOT on without worrying about having to run yourself down too far. And I mean, the teams are at it, Mike. Good moods all around.
Oh, Arrow, it landed on the Tiny. They've got a good start going here. They're going to run into each other, hide. He'll try and run away. The side of Boom, however, they're going to take the team fight onto Whitemon. He's falling low, but here comes Savage from the behind, but it's too late. The first blood is out for Kescute. They'll try to chase down FBZ. He does Fairy Fire up, but Savage still in the chase, and the power shot is out from Abed. He does get the kill, but can they find more? Another nice arrow out, catching the Disruptor. Kescute, he's going to make a run though as Savage. He's getting low to that Thunderstrike damage. He'll be alright. Another power shot out onto Dreamersoul. Both teams. God, I'm so excited for this match, John.
Oh, yeah. And they're hungry, Mike. Everyone's hungry. It's about merienda time, so they've got to satiate that hunger with each other's blood, unfortunately. And man, what a great exchange. 1-for-1 now. Gonna see how that splits up these lanes. Of course, up top, you're gonna have Cuckoo on that LC. It looks like Among Us might hold out for a trial lane early on, so they're gonna leave him alone. Cuckoo will be up against Dreamocell on the Wraith King. And again, it looks like, yeah, Kescute should work his way back top, so gonna be the solo LC for a while. The Wraith King should pull ahead there. You've got some good stuns, you've got some good damage with a Disruptor as well. I think Cuckoo's got his work cut out for him. He can just play with the overwhelming odds to get his farm up, but you don't necessarily want to trade evenly and farm up against Wraith King. You do want to slow that pace down here.
See what Cuckoo can get done. Of course, that mid lane matchup is going to be Makoto versus Abed, but hold that thought because FBZ is going to go down once again, this time to Jabs. And Jabs, he was running a bit of a tri lane to start, but he'll TP up towards the top lane now, while Whitemon does chase down Hyde on the Tiny. But as I was saying, John, mid lane, Abed and Makoto added up against each other. So far, both of them fairly even. Abed pulling ahead by one last hit. Makoto just trying to make sure he doesn't cop too much harass from this power shot.
Yeah, he's doing a fine job spacing himself, but Abed's not under any heavy threat. You know, he gets some hits, it's fine. He's got a magic wand for burst heal. Mikado is at the level 2 mark, so the beauty of the Batrider is that slipping into the camps. Of course, once you hit level 3, level 4, you can clear these camps yourself, start to build up that way, but that's going to have to be Mikado's main emphasis, as laning against Wind Ranger is never an easy time.
Where's yours?
Bot lane FBZ. Bit of a tough lane for FBZ on this Bounty Hunter in this off lane. It's hard to see him being able to get much farm going here.
No.
It's 23 Savage. He's going to have a very good time. Every time FBZ does get close, you know, you risk the chance of getting bashed by Savage. We've seen how much damage that can deal. It really does hurt. And again, with Whitemon there on the Enchantress, it's just such an impossible lane to try and pressure Savage. So every time you are going to come close, Whitemon will just be able to harass you back out. The likelihood is you will not be able to trade evenly.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the Enchantress. It's just so domineering in that lane. Like Hyde, he's stuck at level 1. He's trying to give FBZ space to just get EXP, but he's not really zoning anyone out. So it's been slow going, and even FBZ just forced to use that Janata to that Shuriken toss to secure the range creep now. They're not getting too much value from the Janatas, at least in terms of sap and gold, although toss back.
Toss back out, Whitemon getting low, and they will get him, FBZ. Shuriken toss is going to be enough. Even at level 1, just a lot of damage to come out. It's going to be a nice pick up there for Boom Esports, and that's going to even out the kill score 2-2.
Yeah, it's an important kill for that off lane. You do want to build up on that bounty. Levels are important. You need that 6 spike. When you hit 6 and then Hyde's at, say, 4 or 5, those potential track kills will start flying in. So that's something, you know, you have to really maximize for Boom. And it's something Among Us has to be pretty aware of and ready to counteract, or at least ready to stave off, because that is the basic execution of Boom's strat. They just want to snowball with the track kills.
It is very simple. I was going to say, Cuckoo is having a really good time up that top lane right now with that LC. 20 last hits, 11 denies on top of the CS board. Dreamer's Soul is half of that at 10 last hits. I mean, he's just getting demolished right now, but mid lane, Abed able to pick up a kill there. Jabs was also around to help out. They do end up getting the mid Batrider, so Makoto is going to go down.
Yeah, it's another great start for Abed. You don't really want this from a bat. The good thing here for Mikado is, again, the jungle is so
Savage.
good for him, although...
Eats a Fairy Fire, he's very low. One more hit would do it, and FBZ is going to be able to get it. I was about to say that death on the Batrider is pretty darn good for Among Us, but losing your Void like that is definitely not great news for him. Maybe they can pick off Hyde, but no, Whitemon won't be able to finish it off. He'll just take over the lane until Savage is back.
Yeah, it's not quite the trade, but good opening from Boom to really find that one, and even up top, more aggression as well.
Jab's going to make the jump here onto Kezcute and has some control there, but the kinetic field going to hold him in still. He does connect with the arrow, and Cuckoo is able to get the kill with the overwhelming odds, and Dreamer's Cell, all he can do is TP back up towards that top tier 1 tower, but his farm will continue to struggle at this rate. And he might have to make an early visit into the jungle.
Oh, Abed.
Mid lane,
Makoto.
Makoto in danger. Abed with the focus fire getting another kill for himself, and it's the 3rd one of the game already for this mid Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
It's getting concerning now.
It definitely is. Abed's just finding a little bit too much down mid. He's going to be able to set the tempo with a fast javelin. We know how much damage a Wind Ranger does once that first pickup is there. And he's already off to a good start. Mikado, he's going to have to play recovery in the jungle. Stacks have to be built up here by Kezcube to ensure that some recovery farm can start to flow in. You don't want your bat too far behind. You will need the Blink Lasso in play to really start to set up some kill opportunities because your Tiny is not going to have a fast blink. So it's down to the bat to get that timing off.
Oh, mid lane, Makoto's going to be in trouble again. He's trying to go after a power rune. He's got an arrowed up, and Abed is going to land the shackles as well with the power shot. Makoto is trying to run, but they have the damage out. What kind of shackle is that, John? I didn't see the angle.
It's a very small one, but you know how it is. You got to play on the edge when you pick the Wind Ranger, and Abed's having fantastic time playing on that fine line. 6-3 now Among Us. A 2K lead going their way. Top of last hit score. Across
what an arrow! Jabs! I'm not sure if you predicted that on purpose, but that is impressive.
Oh yeah. It's just going their way. 3K lead off the back of that one. Boom. You would be okay if you were finding last hits here, but you're not. All of your cores are behind by at least 7 last hits in duel up top.
Yeah, he's been jeweled up with an arrow follow-up. They're not going to get the jewel damage, but they'll get the kill, and that's much more important anyway. Oh, it's turning into one of those games, John. 8-3, 3K net worth lead, and boom. With this draft, they have plenty of comeback potential because you do have the Bounty Hunter track later on. But you don't want to leave it to that point. So they're going to group up mid. They're going to try and go after Abed with the Avalanche toss. And now Kezcube with the kinetic field. But Abed, he's going to wind run with the shackles out. Another arrow flying in, but it will be juked out. And it looks like they will finally be able to get this Wind Ranger.
Yeah, it's a lot of heroes to rotate in, but it's a worthwhile kill. An important one for Boom to secure. Mikado gets the last hit in as well. And he holds on to the lasso. So they've still got a lasso to play with. They've managed to at least take some wind out of the sails of Abed. But you can see Among Us, they're using this time well. Savage gets the shove up top. Tier 1, not looking very healthy for Boom up there. They are not really close to even shoving this Tier 1 bot. They do have Dreamcell around. He does have 2 skeleton charges, not much. But they're going to have to look for a trade because they already dropped that top Tier 1.
Yeah, 23 Savage taking an easy Tier 1 tower. They are going to look for the trade down to that bot lane here for Boom Esports. But there is going to be a defense out. Cuckoo is going to rotate down as the LC, and this makes it very, very tough for Boom now, because the LC is not easy to get through, and Cuckoo can easily just defend this bot tower. He knows Dreamcell's there farming on the Wraith King. Dreamcell's got no farm to really speak of on the Wraith King, sitting at 2.3k net worth. There's just no way they can fight back right now. They need to buy time for this Wraith King.
Yeah, they've got to wait for those spikes on their core. They're probably going to need that blink up as well in Mikado, although he does have his stacks, so there's a massive amount of gold going Mikado's way. Very important for a Bat Rider. I believe he's probably going to go for the travels first, though, to at least buy that space up in the map, but he's getting to it. You're not seeing the punishment out from Among Us. They're just happy to sit back and farm as well. Not even any forward wards as well to watch this, so really good opening for Boom to build up, but you have Jabs checking now.
Jabs will have a crack at this. See, get glimpse back, and Kezcube does glimpse him, but it's a bit off target still. They might have the lasso when they do. Makoto will take it, and that is your first track kill of the game. Makoto, perfect timing for him. He'll use the Firefly to farm up the stacks once again.
Yeah, it's a good in and out there. Just a bit off point for Jabs, but nice, decent punishment from Boom. And FBZ, with that track, you know, he's going to be looking for even more of those opportunities on squishier supports. Is working towards the drums. Once that's up, it's going to be easier to start that running down. And looks like they still need to take a tier 1 tower, though, because you see how protected this bot tier 1 is, that bot jungle is with the tier 1 still standing. They need to clear some space out here, but it looks like at some point they're going to be ready. Farm exchange is still going well. Again, Boom is so efficient with these stacks. Just so many going away from Kato.
Mid lane, Shackle's not going to connect. Abed does have that Ironwood tree now, so he can shackle with his own trees. which is always a very, very balanced kind of maneuver to have. Mind you, it does take a hell of a lot of skill to pull off. It's not
FBZ.
Not really that easy, but FBZ bot lane gonna get jeweled up. He'll try and survive, but he cannot. They do have the damage output. And the rest of Among Us into the dire jungle.
Yeah, they're not quite ready to be aggressive. They have been sitting on Savage's first chrono for a while. Does have the mom.
Savage.
Don't think Dream Assault's a target though.
No. He hasn't got the reincarnation, mind you, but of course Savage doesn't know that. Keskute gonna come in now with Makoto. Savage just commits the chrono, trying to go for an easy pick-off, and the arrow will get the job done. But Savage has to find a way out of this. He can just time walk his Arbit. Now gonna come in with the focus fire. He has the javelin up. He's got the damage up for Makoto. He needs the lasso. He might actually get Arbit here. Arbit falling low, but no, he uses the one charges. He will survive, and now it's back on a Dreamer Cell. Well, they do get a shackles off. Cuckoo's coming in. He won't even duel him. He'll wait for the first life to be over, go for the second, now use the jewel, but Cuckoo is falling a bit low in terms of HP. The toss will come out, Hyde will get the kill, but they are going to lose Dreamer Cell in response. Can they at least get Arbit? Yes, they can. FBZ hits him with the Janata, but now Savage going after Hyde. Can't reach him, so we'll go on to FBZ, but he's a bit too low, I think, to fight this one out any further, and he's going to back off. But that team fight did seem better for the side of Boom Esports.
Yeah, I'd say overall, even in terms of the heroes who traded out, but much more important for Boom. So they slide that lead down to just 2 to 3k now for Among Us. Really good movements coming out. FBZ grabbing those kills are also big. So they are finding a couple of track kills. Again, really important for this line of a Boom. They're still getting that steady farm up with Makoto. The real hurting point is Dreamocell. He's the one being hunted down. His net worth's taking a hit. The Raid King is bottom among all the cores. Not where you want to be. Gonna need to farm a lot faster, especially since he's going for the Radiance build-up. You want that at the 20-minute mark, and there's a smoke here from Among Us.
Big smoke coming out down towards that bot lane where they know where Dreamer Cell is. Shackles gonna latch onto the tree behind. Now the Static Storm being dropped. It's not gonna help. They win the duel, and Cuckoo just keeps rushing onto them. Arbit now trying to juke them out, but does get ambushed. Maybe they can get the trade, but they don't get the toss off to Arbit. Still, FBZ with the Janata strike does pick him off. Now rushing with those track kills. They want to go for a bit more. They still have a lasso, and they'll be able to pick up Jabs. So he has no more leap charges, and Jabs is going to die. And Boom Esports, 2 track kills going the way of their team. And as you can see, John, it's a lot of gold.
It really is. 1,000 from that kind of exchange. You're still not happy about dropping Dreamocell, and it really is hurting their initial spike here with the Raid King being so delayed. You need to just have him sit in the lane, have him farm safely. You can see Among Us is getting that done for Savage, so that's what you want to do here as well for the Raid King. You still stave off this push though. The Boom is now unable to go for the tier 1, and with a chrono backup, they might want to look for openings, but they do have the Blink and Cuckoo as well. They could choose to reveal that here.
Boom, gonna start rotating mid lane. Might try to get some pressure on that mid tier 1 tower, FBZ. We'll have a look around, see who's here. Jabs and Cuckoo just waiting for someone to show up mid. As Cuckoo does have the blink and is ready to initiate. But nobody is going to be there from Boom. They wisely back off, back down towards the bot lane, it seems, where Hyde is. FBZ will slowly start making his way down to that bot lane where they might spot out Whitemon. Back now they have. The Moonlight Shadow is going to be popped, but they got the track in time, which is going to give the vision. Glimpse back into the kinetic field. No. Not going to be on target at mid lane. There's a jewel coming out. It's Dreamer Cell again.
Oh boy.
They just keep catching him. And they want to keep going. Keskute, he's going to be there with the Static Storm, but he may get caught out by Cuckoo. Savage is looking for a chrono attempt, but can he find one? He may not need it as Arbit. Lands another Shackles, gets the Disruptor, and Savage is still having a look for the chrono, but won't be able to get one.
Why is there an Obs ward dropped as well?
Where?
It's picked up by... Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. It was Obs. For some reason, Abbott dropped some wards in the middle of the camp still. They are about to hit the blink timings here.
Makoto, he'll get chronoed up by Savage, and of course Hyde has been shackled up. They'll go after the Tiny now. Abed, he'll get tossed back for a bit, but it's not going to matter. Hyde is just getting swarmed by the side of Among Us. And you know, John, it's never really good news when you've got a bounty hunter in your team and you're behind by 4K.
No, it's not a good sign. Boom. You know, I want to point out something as well. You remember when Dreamocell died in that camp? His resurrection was 1 second off. He died 3 times in the span of his last resurrection. That is really not what you want from that hero. But boom, they're just being forced to play this pace that they're not ready to match. The Roshan dropping low as well.
They know FBZ's there. They'll dust him up, and FBZ, he's going to keep the tracks up. He just wants vision. His whole team is now up and ready to go. They have Reincarnate if they want to commit, but Dreamocell is just busy trying to farm up that Radiance down the bot lane. The rest of Boom, they're going to bide the time at this Roshan pit to allow Dreamocell to get that Radiance and get that T1 bot tower pushed in. Unless the side of Among Us start to rotate again. Dreamocell's going to take the chance. Looks like he should be alright.
Yeah, it's a pretty good move from Boom to have stalled out the Roche though. So it's sitting there in an awkward spot, fairly low in HP. They managed to get the tier 1 bot now as well. So they've opened up a little bit of the map. But I think Among Us, they should just go finish this up. It's a bit late now though, because you've got the TPs in and Boom should be aware.
Smoke up. Among Us. Move in to the side of Boom. Into the jungle. Abed looking for a nice shackle initiation with that new MKB he's got. Makoto, oh, it'd be a perfect target if they got Makoto. The smoke is broken. They know he's in there, but Makoto gonna blink away in time. However, Jabs gets started on Kezcute. Just trying to get a solo kill off, but now he's gonna be tracked up and avalanched. Toss in, Jabs somehow still alive. Gonna try and run for it, but FBZ does eventually kill him off. But now you've got the duel out from Kuku and Savage. He's gonna get onto Hyde, get the glimpse back. From the Disruptor, that is, but Hyde is still going to die. And I think it's back to the Roshan now, if you are Among Us.
Yeah, that breaks up the initiation for Boom. I mean, they've still got this blink ready to go on Mikado. So they could try to make a sneaky play on the Roche, try to steal it back. But without the Bounty Hunter to maintain safe vision, without the Tiny to get you the tosses, it's a hard team fight to follow up here for Boom. Mikado?
Makoto. Abed's on his 8th kill now. We're 18 minutes in, John.
He's got that MKB. Rips right through these heroes if you don't have the durability. And they don't. It's still way too early for that. So there's that first Aegis for Among Us. Savage with 2 lives. They've got the Chrono ready to go. They might be able to find something big here.
Abed just
Abed?
practicing. Just practicing that shackles. I wonder if he just keeps the Ironwood tree the whole time, just to try and get those shackles off in the middle of a team fight. I mean, you may as well.
Yeah, it's such good control, although Savage.
He's gonna get stunned up, but he's got the Chrono, he's got the Aegis, he's more than happy for them to try, and now Chaps lands another arrow, straight on the Tiny, leaps out of the Static Storm as well. They'll glimpse him back in, but he doesn't care about that. Savage now still going. Meanwhile, Dreamocell's trying to farm the Ancient stack. He's just trying to farm while his team's dying. That's how desperate things have gotten for Boom Esports. But Among Us, they're just killing them. They just don't care.
Oh, man. We haven't seen Boom in this kind of situation in a long time, but they are pressed against a wall now. You know, they're not quite in line with Dreamocell. He's still saving up for the Radiance recipe. We're about to hit the 20-minute mark. So the timer, if that one is not amazing, you will get more presence from your Raid King once that's up. It needs to be up fast. And you need more on top. I think you want that. You want to maximize these blinks you've got. We haven't seen big plays with Mikado or Hyde. They need to really make use of this gap close that they have. Try to punish Among Us. They have been playing aggressive. They do split up sometimes. They're just not finding the opportunities, the heroes to jump.
Mid lane. Coming in again. Savage, he has the MKB up now. So he's got a lot of damage on that Void, but there's your Radiance. It is pretty late though. And they're not going to care because they have 2 MKBs. But they have found Kescute with an arrow out from Jabs. And it looks like they've spotted out Makoto. On the Bat Rider, Savage going to commit the chrono for this, but no, nice blink away from Makoto.
Yeah, it opens up the tier 2 push though, so the objectives are going to fall here if Boom Esports aren't ready, and it looks like they aren't. They're just going to have to give these. They're going to try to shove the top lane, at least with FBZ, but it's not going to be fast enough. They're running out of real estate across the map. It's going to make it problematic to play this catch-up game that they've been trying to maintain. And, you know, Savage, he still has that Aegis. It still has 3 minutes on it, 2 minutes on it, so it goes straight into the tier 3s.
Oh, Rod of Atos into the arrow, into the power shot, and Savage just going to walk in and finish him off. Bit of a backstep there, but he got it eventually. Tier 3 tower is not going to last very long. They take it out.
No.
Into the racks. Even the Wildling Ripper just going to tornado up in the back lines. Just be annoying, cancel off the blinks of the side of Boom, and now the Rod of Atos into another arrow. FBZ's gone. Do I dare check what Dota Plus is saying, John?
Yep.
Hide, toss back. It's a nice toss. Savage might die and does. That'll be the Aegis. Hyde gets arrowed up. Power shot. Gonna kill him off. Now the Static Storm into the lasso. But the lasso just does not land. It gets purged off into the arrow, into the jewel. There goes Makoto. Dreamer Soul's getting very low and will also die. And Savage is not backing off. He commits the chrono now onto the Wraith King. And that'll be another. In fact, why not just get Kescute as well? Alright, what's Dota Plus thinking? 97%. Not too bad.
Not too bad. I think that's a good point for Among Us to be at. Boom. Well, they're going to lose one set of racks. They do hold on to the other two as tier 2s are still up. But you've got this one lane constantly shoving in now. You are 12k behind, which is pretty bad, but it's not completely unplayable. Again, they've got these blinks up on the Batrider, on the Tiny. They've got ways to play catch up. They need to rack in more track kills. FBZ needs level 12 as well to get level 2 track. Level 1's not going to cut it. So they need to get some EXP gain, but Among Us, they just refresh, they moonlight, and they're going to go hunting.
Lane, Jewel, out, Makoto. It's just child's play at this point for Among Us. It's a pump game now.
Yep, they're pretty much stomping. Boom. I mean, they're still trying to play catch-up. They're still trying to get some farm. I think it's down to initiation. You just have to figure out who you want to lasso, who you want to toss back. You have to ensure Cuckoo's not around because that press the attack is just ruining every lasso play they get out. I think if you can manage that, maybe you find the track kills to rack up. But it's looking dicey. 24 minutes up, 13k, 30 to 11 might pass. They've got to play this one perfectly, Boom, if they want to turn it around.
They do. Dreamer Soul's trying to work towards an MKB now. No, Silver Edge, in fact. It's going to be a bit of time till he does have the Silver Edge up, but I guess he can keep farming as the team will group up and try to go. Never give up, never give in. BKB up on our bed though. It's going to be tough to go into. 10-second charge. Boom. Going to spot out the side of Among Us, but it is a matter of how do you initiate. They'll see Whitemon, but he's just going to walk out of the kinetic field, and now our bed will power shot for vision. They'll spot out Kescute, but Kescute is going to be able to run away, and now Savage. He's got the chrono back up in 7 seconds. Coming to the bounty. That's they're probably going to go high ground again soon, John. Just judging by how well this game's going for in fact, probably now, as Dreamer Soul has been caught in that Rod of Atos, but the Skeletons are going to save his life. They do block the arrow from Jabs.
Yeah, it's a nice little thing to happen there for Boom. But you're still staying at the high ground. Slowly can be sieged away. They do get some nice courier snipes. FBZ along with Hyde playing in the back. Probably kind of try to go for wave clear to intercept. But again, there's so much damage here from Among Us that they could probably rip through it with just this creep wave.
Oh, Shackles, oh, it's up from Arbet onto the Ironwood tree. He gets it. Rod of Atos is there with the arrow follow-up. They've got the Bounty Hunter. That'll be FBZ gone. Tier 3 tower, not going to last very long at this rate either. Watch out for that arrow. He's just having a look. Yeah, he's going to get the Rod of Atos again into Makoto, and now, well, they at least get the lasso off on Savage. They might be able to get him in time. Savage is very, very low, but he will time walk away, and now the jewel's there from Cuckoo, holding back Dreamer's Cell, making sure he can't chase the Void. He does have a Shadow Blade up now, but it's not going to help. They've called it. They've had enough of this game, number one. 26 minutes in, Savage will just chrono everyone.
Oh,
I think we found the imposter, John. We found the imposter.
I think so. That was pretty sus. Still, Among Us, game 1, 34-11, 26-minute tap out from Boom. Boom, I mean, they had an interesting draft. It was a pretty confident draft. Among Us just came out on top, outplayed them in every lane. There were some shining moments, but not quite enough to turn it around. We'll see if Boom can change that in game 2, but Among Us, you're looking in fine form today, Mike.
With that, we are going to move on to our next game. It will be about 10 minutes before we do have Game 2's draft about up. We'll see you then.
Ooh, that's live.
Between Among Us and Boom Esports. And it's, of course, MLP Dota and John Expire joining you once again. John, welcome back, sir. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Mike. You know, we didn't have much downtime. I'm running out of Monster, but I sipped a little bit more of what was left. I'm gonna have to do a run next time. I mean, I knew I took the day off yesterday. I didn't manage to buy any, but had some of that chaos again. Throat's feeling good. Wish it would do something for my nose, but I took some anti-allergens, so that should help out. And it's been a good series. Now, unfortunately, Mike, Among Us have not put their team tag, so
oh goodness,
it's okay. Their names are fine. We're not gonna have to struggle in this one, it seems. But they looked really dominant in game one, and boom. I mean, this match again, just to remind everyone, doesn't change standings. It's about pride. You don't want to lose. You want to win. It's Dota 2. You just want to win.
Have to win. Boom Esports, they'll go into their first pickup now. Now, obviously, their last draft, John, was quite unique. They went to the Wraith King, they went to the Bounty Hunter, and it didn't work out, right? It was far from working out. It was a real struggle there for the side of Boom Esports. Do you think they just go back to things they know how to run like often enough, or do they really want to try a unique draft? And thank goodness we get to see Abed Magnus before the group stage ends.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Really confident of Among Us into that mag. We know what he does with that hero. Boom, I think that wasn't exactly too off the mark for their kind of draft, but oh my.
Ooh. How
Mike,
dare
you
they?
see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
You see this?
I saw it,
Oh.
John. Righto.
Woo.
I mean, why
hmm.
not? Why not? You know?
Yeah,
It's
exactly it.
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
you know what I'm looking for here, Mike? I'm looking for the mines into skewer into mines. That's all I
I
want.
forgot
I'm
about
a
that.
simple guy, right? That's what we're seeing here. I want to see it happen. Make it happen, boys. But you look at this line. Boom is not messing around. To be fair, I want to talk about this first. Tiny Tide, no joking around. Toss Ravage combinations coming in. Solid lineup can kind of mess up whatever safe lane core comes out because they're preempting a physical core. Right? It's going to have to face against a Tide if you want to maximize. If you want to pick a hero that maximizes that empower, it's going to struggle against Tide. But that goes all out the window. It's Techie's mag. Nothing else matters.
Who plays techies on the side of Among Us? Like, is this a Jabs hero that we're seeing?
I
You
think
know what? I feel like it's a white one hero. Just the way he behaves in the
Mm,
game.
You know what? Yes.
It
He's pretty
seems like
sus.
it seems like a
Yeah.
very white money kind of hero. I don't necessarily think he's gonna play. Look at Boom. They banned the Husker. They banned the Meepo. Just in case, just in case. Let's cover all our bases. Let's make sure they're not gonna pick those two up. They've already got the techies. We don't want to make it any worse. And, how do they go on with this draft now, though? Are you gonna go complete meme draft, or are we gonna go serious from this point out for Among Us?
I don't know. I think that's the beauty of the techies. You never know. It's just there. It's gonna keep you asking. It's gonna keep you wondering what exactly is going on. They are making some serious banouts though. Right? Like they take out the TA, they take out the Bat Rider, even the Naga would have been something that breaks this combination off a bit. So they're actually still drafting smart here. It's just who plays what combinations are we looking for? And they do pick up the jug. Okay, so it's a safe one. It's the safe jug mag combination, Mike. Empower on the jug is pretty nice. And the lane for Tidehunter is not as clear cut because of the spin, because of the healing ward. There's some good sustain. It's gonna be hard to shove Savage out of that despite having a Tidehunter.
10 seconds
Okay.
remaining.
cooking. Boom.
I wonder who's spamming that voice line. I'm pretty sure it must be the side of Among Us. Third pick up here for Boom Esports.
Diamond's turn to pick.
Into the Rubik now. Fair enough, so you've got plenty of spells to steal, and they will return the favor with a Grimstroke out from the side of Among Us, which will leave one more pick left for Among Us, but before that, Boom Esports go into their fourth pickup. Do we want to see a Dreamer Cell CK pop up?
10 seconds.
CK in this lineup. It's all right. I think the timings are a bit back and forth. I think you might actually want more illusion spam here, just to clear out the proximity mines at the least. So maybe go with PL here for Dreamocell. We've seen that be pretty effective in scouting out for those. Sometimes the remote mines even get baited out as well. So I think the PL has value, and that explains the Naga ban. Right? It's just consistent with the illusions. It's something that makes it hard to commit. I don't know about the Terrorblade here, but you could make it. You could try if you really wanted to go around that, but no. They go Ursa. It's all about running down. It's about playing aggressive. Boom does not like to sit around. Ursa doesn't look as well. So there's a lot of early aggression here from Boom. And I think this is one way to go about it. Like, you've gotten Rage, so you can go up to the high ground, kind of mitigate some damage off. You don't need to worry too much about the stasis traps, the control with the young Rage up. And of course, you naturally build. After the Battle Fury, you tend to go SNY, you tend to go Satanic. So that stat resist does pile up, and it's going to be hard to pin him down if Dreamocell gets the farm to that point.
Absolutely. Final ban outs now. We saw, well, it's Boom's time to ban. They haven't banned anything yet. Of course, they are. It looks like they're trying to ban out a Cuckoo hero here. I believe he could play techies. Who knows who's playing what here? But what are the chances of mid techies, John? Does Arbed want to pick up techies?
Oh my god, I don't know about that, but Among Us, I think they're just looking for a good time now. Like, it's still a serious draft, but well, I say that whenever there's a techies, it just never feels like it. They could, I guess, mid techies. That is super straight. I think you could like you shove into waves right with the prox mines. You can kind of
10
work the jungle as
seconds
well if you wanted to. It's all right. Depends on the
5
matchup.
seconds
I think
remaining.
Mikado has a few heroes in his pool that can punish. I think you're looking at some of the more mobile heroes to avoid Ember Storm. Earth Spirit's okay, not quite the ideal. I think maybe even Qua Puck can punish a Techies mid if it's a Techies mid. I don't think so though. I don't think so. I think you were right in the first time. I think that's a White Mon one because I mean, Savage has been saying in lobby, but the imposter tends to be Whitemon, who is Luigi for some reason. I still don't
Luigi's.
understand the reference.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he is quite a cheeky kind of bloke, Whitemon, right?
Mhm.
Like, maybe Savage means he's a bit of a goofy character. I haven't met
Yeah.
Whitemon in person. I don't know what he's like. He does seem like the kind of guy that likes to troll his friends, likes to have a bit of fun.
Mhm.
Always a good time with Whitemon around.
Yep.
Last ban out. They banned the Chen the first time up against Boom Esports. Their last ban now.
Mm,
Radiant turn to pick.
Okay, they get rid of the Wyvern.
yeah, it's the Magnus counter, so you take that out of the pool. Although Boom doesn't really have space for Winter Wyvern unless they go tiny mid. So not it's just ensuring that you don't have to worry about it for the jug, which is still safe. I think that's still a
10
fair ban.
seconds.
Boom will have to show their lineup first, so we've got to see what they're cooking here.
5
Up
seconds
against
remaining.
the techies. How do you close this draft out?
I don't know, John. 10 seconds left for Boom. They're thinking.
Dyer's turn.
They went down to the last. That has to be a random. That has to be a random. I am fairly sure they just random that last pick. So either Boom's accidentally made a whoopsie,
10
or
seconds
they want the
remaining.
AM, or they want to outdo Among Us and say, if you're going to troll us with techies, we're going to random the last pick and still try to beat you.
Well, so I think this is gonna have to be a Mikado Ursa mid, a Dreamocell AM. I mean, we could see the return of mid AM. The only
Come on
time
now,
I've seen
John.
that was my cousins played with it. I played a game with my cousin. I had to bear with it. He went Blink and E-Blade, okay,
Oh,
and it was so
Jesus.
dumb. I don't want to see that again. So hopefully not for Boom, but
Does your
you know,
cousin play
you-
Dota anymore, John?
yeah, he still does.
Does he?
Yeah, he still does. He's kind of crashed down. I'm not gonna throw him under a
Well.
bus, but it's not been looking good.
Keep
Oh,
buying that
God.
keep buying that AM Blink. It's going to help. I guarantee it.
Hey, double blink. Don't toss it till you try it, Mike. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Still, what are they going for? Okay, it's straightforward. It's not a meme. This is actually no.
You know
Okay.
what's cooking? Boom.
It is-
So it's
no,
it's
jabs.
Yeah, it's jabs. Yeah. Ooh.
Jabs.
Not
Okay.
White Mon. All right.
Okay.
Cuckoo Viper. Boom. They're staring at their lineup. They're like, what do we play? What do we do about
All
this,
right.
guys?
Do we run the Ursa pos one or do we want the AM pos one? Which one do we want? Who's going mid? Up against the Viper, of course, it's going to be pretty rough.
Yep, they're just staring. I'm like, oh crap. Still, this lineup for Among Us, it's looking good. The only strange one is the techies, but everything else really isn't actually too strange. So you've got double Viper Strike here with a Soulbind. A lot of early momentum can come up. Boom is gonna have to pick heroes though. There you go. All right. So, oh my god, it's a Mikado AM. What?
We shouldn't laugh at them, John. We should see what they're gonna do with it. If it's
I
not
love it.
I mean, I do love it too. It's different. That has to be a random though, right? Like that last pick.
Oh,
had
yeah,
to be
100%.
random. Yeah. Okay.
100%. 100%. There is no way you willingly pick the AM last there with the Ursa. There's no way. So we'll see. I think laning here against a Magnus is actually, well, it's still pretty bad. You're not
It's
going to
pretty
trade hits
bad.
well. Yeah, you're not going to trade hits well. You're not going to shove the wave out too well. we'll see what Mikado brings out. We'll see. I think one of these heroes has to play pretty fast. I think Mikado has to do the God King style. So maybe a mom, SNY, disassembly plays coming out here, Mike. That's probably one way. I mean, he could do what my cousin did, but I do not advise that.
No,
Blink
I wouldn't
E-Blade
either.
is not something. No, Blink E-Blade is not the way you play AM. You could
No.
try, but no, definitely not. Still,
Don't ever do that.
Boom,
If you're listening.
Boom. We'll find out. We'll find out what they do with this one. A bit of a predicament they've gotten themselves into. Of
So
course,
you know what,
Among
John?
Us.
No, hold on a minute.
Mhm.
My
Okay,
question to
yeah.
you is, how did
Yeah.
you let your cousin buy the Blink Dagger and a Ethereal Blade? Like, really? How did you let him do
he
it?
he told me he wanted to play it. We did win, mind you.
What?
We also won that game. Yeah, I think we did, unless we threw at the end. But so what he'd do is he'd go in E-Blade and then Mana Void, right?
I get it.
So after a couple of right clicks, you blow people up. Oh man, poor Mikado. He is running the AM mid. Hats off to you, Mikado. You got to see this one to the end.
Good luck, sir. Godspeed. It's a tough one. And of all things, he's up against the Arbed Magnus.
Oh yeah.
You don't remember what happened the other day, Mr. Makoto?
Mhm.
You weren't watching the game? I'd have to
Yep.
give him a reminder, I think.
We'll see what they bring out. Jabs as well. I'm a bit surprised. You know, Techies players, they love playing dress up with their Techies as well. This is vanilla Techies for Jabs. I haven't seen this one in a while.
30
You know?
seconds to battle.
He has a taunt though, so it's annoying already. It's all pretty darn annoying.
He's put the sign down already as well. It's not going to do anything because he's not mining, but you know it's there. Sign's down. Suicide is available. Hide. Do not walk that way, sir. They're going to rush him. 23 Savage. Yeah, it's going to Stroke of Fate. No need to try and get the spin off. They're just going to back off and see if they can run a bit of a tri lane to start and maybe get an early first blood here for the side of Among Us. Which is generally what you do see from the techies, right? They'll just start off with another dual lane and try to get a kill going.
Yeah. You know what? I wish Whitemon actually went for the Inkswell. Inkswell plus Blast Off sounds really hilarious and actually really busted at level 1, but this is a little bit more consistent. So that early tri lane in. Let's see if they can get first blood. I love the response here from Boom. They also run the tri lane. So they're going to make it hard to get the maximum value from that early techies, and there's a toss.
Yeah, there is. Jab's going to hold on to the blast off. Well, they're on tri lanes for now. Dreamersaw, Kescute, and Hyde going to stick up here. See if they can get it going. Of course, mid lane we have the AM versus Mag matchup. Makoto is ahead in CS for now at 2 CS, so that's good news. Arbed is out of mana, so that's one thing that's going for Makoto is you are going to be able to drain the mana of Arbed.
Yeah, and that's the smart play. If you keep Abed down with mana, he's not going to be able to clear the waves. He's not going to get the damage off, although...
Oh, top lane, they get the first blood. Dreamersaw ends up dying on the Ursa. Jabs probably will die here to the toss, and does. So Kescute will take the kill on the Rubik. And, well, it's going to be a 1-to-1 now. Still a good start, though, for Among Us.
No, it definitely is. I think, looking back at that mid, you know, Mikado is pulling ahead more. It's down to that mana burn. So this is how you play it. You just go in, burn the mana. Abed's stuck in a very awkward spot where he cannot actually consistently wave clear. He's going to have to maybe send out some mangoes to ensure empower use every single time. And that's going to be it. You know, the power units are going to be important for both sides. As, of course, you'd want to top up here for Abed. And Mikado has the movement advantage in that he does have the blink. So got to watch out for that one when the 4 minutes do come up.
FBZ and Cuckoo down at that bot lane just by themselves. Because FBZ's not going to have as tough of a time, right, with that Kraken shell. Should be just fine to deal with Cuckoo on the Viper. We'll have to salve up now, but I guess he should be alright. Maybe up until that Nether Toxin comes up from Cuckoo. Then it could be slightly problematic. But top lane, Dreamersaw trying to get aggressive here on the Ursa. Won't really be able to get too much damage off. Jabs does have the mines up now. It's just a matter of where he's going to place them.
Yeah, it's gotta be a bit sneaky. They are preemptively scouting it, but this is fine for Jabs. They've gotten space out for Savage. He is top of the last hits right now, so it's been a pretty good time. Tied up by Mikado, but there they go.
Savage goes for the spin with the Ink Swell out, and Kescute is definitely dead. Nice easy kill there for 23 Savage. However, bot lane, FBZ. Looks like he tried to go for Cuckoo, but does end up getting taken out. Cuckoo will give him the tip now on the Viper. Well, we get back to it, but it's a 1-3 now. 1k net worth lead out for the side of Among Us.
Yeah, I mean, they're somehow maintaining it. They're making it work now. Props to Mikato, though. Again, he's been up there in last hits. Her AM's actually not having too bad of a time. I think that's something they could build on top of, although up top.
Oh, yeah. Blastoff comes in. That'll be Kescute gone. And I don't know how much of a good idea it is anymore to run a tri-lane up against the Techies tri-lane. It just seems like the Techies always has the advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean it's got that AoE damage, it's got the silence coming out to follow it up. There's so much control here. They get to camp these runes as well. It's going to be bot. Of course, that does get picked up in Mikado. Again, a boon of the AM. Got that blink, and Abed does not, so he doesn't get to control as much as they just go back to farming. It's back to that focus on early laning, which is where Among Us is really shining. That dual lane, the tri lane up top is broken up a bit, so it's only Hyde and Dreamosol now. They have dragged Kescute away for now. Maybe start getting some stacks up. It looks like he's just going to walk back top.
And he will. And Jab's going to continue to hang around that mid lane, though. He didn't really get any mines off in that mid lane, but he's probably going to go back to the jungle now and just start farming on that Techies. Maybe even get some stacks off for Arbit. Of course, you can farm very, very easily in the jungle with this Techies. Just with the mines out. We'll get some stacks off first. 5-minute mark, they are going to have a bit of a scuffle over it, but it looks like Whiteman will be able to just pick it up for himself on the Grimstroke. I mean, Savage is still just farming so freely on this Juggernaut. Dreamosol is only a couple last hits behind, but you don't necessarily want to be behind when you're running tri-lane versus tri-lane. Now Savage is just all alone.
Yeah, but they can't really maximize this, and this is the beauty of the Jug, right? Even if you jump, you've got to spin although mid.
Gets avalanched, Hyde looking for the toss back, but only gets the siege creep. Man, Whitemon kills me with that laugh every single time someone makes a mistake across the map. He always has to spam it. It's just so hard not to laugh with it. He's really got me with that one.
Yeah, he's been on point with the voice line still. Boom. Heavy rotations mid doesn't amount to much. And there are some decent stacks being built up by Abed for himself. So he's going to have a nice small camp to stack up, to take out. Jabs is also built up in that jungle. No wards to monitor this. Although they are rotating down to Cuckoo.
He does have a TP. Try and juke them out. They use the avalanche. That's a TP opportunity for Cuckoo, but he doesn't quite know about it. And Kescute actually going to go with the haste rune. It does spot him out. Cuckoo, all he can do is fight back, but definitely going to go down here. Kescute almost dying to the Viper Strike, but not quite. Well, the rest of Boom, I mean, they did commit 4 heroes for that Viper kill. He's going to open up a lot more space for the side of Among Us across the map.
That's the important part. They're getting farm, catch-up farm here for Abed, who has been off to a slower start. And, I mean, he's not too far behind the AM in terms of net worth, just about 100. But it's really, an opportunity to farm into that Echo Saber Blink. I think what Boom needs to do now is also get some stacks up for themselves. They have not gotten the opportunity under supports to build up any noticeable stacks. They're going to need to clear some out for their cores, because they do have a pretty greedy lineup here. So you need to maximize this jungle while it's still safe. If you don't manage to do that, then, well, at some point Jabs might just decide to change lanes, and you can see Abed. Lots of stacks here, already clearing it out.
Yeah, just kills himself as well. Just helping out Abed. So many items being dropped from these stacks. It's going to really help Abed get that fast timing on this Magnus. How's Makoto going, though? Surprisingly still ahead of net worth in comparison to Abed on that AM. Is doing a very, very good job so far.
Yeah, he's going into that Mask of Madness build, so we're more than likely going to see the disassembly play, and it's going to be a focus on early game, although Savage up top, pretty deep in.
Trouble. They've got the Ravage available there on FBZ, but they'll start with the Avalanche toss into the Ravage just to make sure there's no games for Savage. He's on the run now with the Omni Slash. Can he get lucky with the bounce? Not quite. He's right in the middle of all of them. They just take him out. Nice pick up there from Boom Esports.
Yeah, it's a very worthwhile one. They are dragging tons of heroes every time, but they're finding some pretty decent pickups, so evening out the kill board just a bit. Treat 4, although Cuckoo is in a sneaky spot.
Gets Hyde. Nice pick off. Well, bot lane Arbed was having a bit of a go there onto Dreamer's Soul, but doesn't really chase him all the way. He did just skill up RP as well, so he didn't really have that option available to him. But he's threatening Dreamer's Soul. He does use the Earthshock to run. Arbed's still on the chase. Dreamer's Soul should be fine, however. Or maybe not. Savage is coming now. On that jug with the Empower. Dreamer's Soul, he's just going to hide in the trees and hope they walk away.
Yeah, they could look for a push. They're dragging even more bodies down. Jabez is now around as well. They could try to go for the tier 1. Boom will want to trade. Dreamer's Soul is up top. It's just Whitemon defending the top lane. They've got an opportunity to get some shoves out. As well, they're going to have to commit soon as, you know, Savage with jabs, with the prox mines. Towers don't stand for too long there.
No, they don't.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jab's playing a very kind of selfless techies, right? Because we're used to seeing techies really spending the early to mid game just farming up quite a bit. But Jab's is really just roaming around. Still hasn't really got the soul ring up. I'm not 100% sure, but it does seem different though. Top lane.
Whitemon. He was surrounded by 3, but he just TP'd out.
Okay. Nice play from Whitemon.
Not ideal. They should be able to find the tier 1 top, but again, they're running around. They're just trying to find kills instead, and Cuckoo.
He's going to go on to Kescute. Kescute, he'll take the bounty rune, but all he can do is TP out now, and he will make it. Nice little TP play from him. Meanwhile, top lane, Whitemon is still being chased down by FBZ. He's going to be able to walk away from that one. And the mid lane is being forced in now. Arbed and Savage just getting started. Taking it very quick with that Empower. And there's going to be no kind of defense out from Boom. They're just going to let it go down.
That's not good news for Boom. That's going to open up the entire bot jungle now. So you can expect Jabs to start really making it hellish to farm here. Mikado is showing himself forward. They don't quite have the heroes in, but if Jabs could get a blast off.
And he does, with Cuckoo coming in. There's the laugh coming out with another mine. And it looks like Makoto cannot survive. He wanted the Mana Void out on Jabs, but he couldn't even get that.
Oh boy.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's I mean, they finally get the tier 1 top, so they're opening up the map just a little bit. They're really laying on Mikado here. They might find Whitemon.
Grimstroke is out. Kescute does get a nice stroke of fate with FBZ, who gets the gush, but he gets stunned up by the Inkswell, so they'll pop the drums and keep chasing, but Whitemon now with the Soulbind, gonna turn back around, and Cuckoo will TP up, but he doesn't have the Viper Strike. He does have a haste rune, however, which is almost as good right now, as Cuckoo's just gonna keep going. Dreamer's Soul will be alright. FBZ now the one that's gonna get attacked. He'll just TP out of there. Cuckoo ultimately won't be able to kill anyone off, but he does force them to TP away.
Yeah, I mean, that's so much space across the map now for Among Us. They've been constantly shoving in that bot tier 2. Even the mid has been receiving some pressure. They've taken control of this Radiant jungle. So Jabs at the level 6 mark, of course, he does what every techies does. Starts planting a lot of mines in the camp. Gotta be careful when you go back to farm here. If you do, Boom has to be aware they're playing against the techies. They play certain games when they're around, Mike.
They do, John. See who the unfortunate victim will be, but mid lane, Arbed does have the Echo Saber up now, looking for he hasn't really looked for an RP yet at all. He just waited out for the Blink Dagger to be up. But he is posturing around that mid lane, ready to go whenever.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Both teams just going to play this a little bit slow for another few minutes, it seems, just to have those core items up.
Dire should look to their top tower.
All Boom can do with this draft is they just gotta farm, right? You've got AM Ursa. What else do you do?
Yeah, you don't want to play this one fast. They do still have some safe space here. So you can see Mikado, he's actually going back to the B Fury. After that Mask of Madness, he's gonna have it up at a decent time considering his build order. So that's gonna be available. They are just staring down Hyde, but it's not gonna make any mistakes. And I love this Boom just playing cautiously. They've got faith that if they go late game, they've got some really hard cores here and they can make it work.
They really want Hyde to try and go into jabs. I think Arbit's holding that skewer, but no, he's going to go in now after Hyde commits the RP. Just wants a nice easy kill. We do have a TP in from Makoto to make sure he defends that tier 2 tower, but the side of Among Us have already left the building. They don't care. Wybot, top lane, Inkswell is going to be out with the silence, but Dreamer Soul going to continue going with the Enrage. He doesn't want to dive the tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, bot lane, Jabs missing out the blast off, doesn't quite get the silence on Makoto. He's still not blinking away, however, does eventually get it off. And Shockwave actually connected, so Savage, he's thinking about the Omni Slash, but Makoto has another blink up, he'll be fine.
They were trying to skewer him into the mines. Into that sneaky spot. So unfortunate, but fortunate it didn't land, but very fortunate for Mikado. Does not want to die. Really close to that Battle Fury. And you can see Among Us, they're just confident. They're roaming around the jungle trying to find something to kill off. But it's just so cautious from Boom. And they're not actually falling behind in terms of last hits. They are keeping up as well as you can in this situation with his farm. So it's actually going pretty darn well here for Boom, all things considered. Among Us, they're going to need to hammer in more objectives if they truly want to shut this map down.
Well, Savage almost has the Manta style up now in the jug. Of course, with the Empower, he just farms so much faster. This jungle is just completely mined up. A bit too dangerous for Boom to walk into, but they are still in their triangle, getting their own farm up. Makoto slowly working towards that Battle Fury timing now. Missile, just trying to get a BKB up. It does indicate he just wants to fight with his team, but with that BKB, I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Like, you've still got RP Omni to worry about from Savage and Arbit.
Yeah, it's going to be helping out for sure, but not quite as much as you'd expect. This is also buying time for the blinks to come in, so Boom, they're saving up and Hide. Our Tiny's going to have a blink at a pretty good point, but that will coincide with Abid's blink as well. So it's going to be back and forth between our Tiny and our Mag to find those openings. And Boom, well, they've got the Ursa. They can go into the Roche pit early.
They can, and they will. Among Us seem to have absolutely zero idea this is happening, so this could be a nice little play out from Boom Esports. But Among Us are just going for the tier 3 tower. Cuckoo, I mean, he has the siege creep there. Sees the Roshan taken, says screw it, let's go for the tier 3 tower. Blinks up as well now on Arbed. Yeah, they just pop the drums and get some more damage up. Keep the siege creep alive. Are they really going to get away with this?
They've got to defend this, and the racks are now open.
Alright, they get a tier 3 in 16.5 minutes. Into the racks, Hyde missing the toss, and that'll mean Hyde is dead. Does get Viper Strike by Cuckoo, and Savage will take the kill. They still have the RP. Drums popped again. Arbed's still waiting for that blink to fly out on the courier, but it's on the way. They get the melee barracks at 16 minutes. Now they have the blink up, and Arbed wants to go back in. There it is. There's the 3-man RP into the vines. They blow him up. Jabs will get one. They'll get FBZ. And Dreamer Cell, well, he's respawning. But he won't be alive for long. Oh, that's rough for Boom.
Ooh.
That is rough.
Oh, they're rushing.
Are you kidding me?
They're
The tier 4
rushing
towers now? Alright, Hyde gonna try and slow this down. Among Us, I don't know about tier 4s. Jab says let's get out of here.
Yeah, pretty confident play. Still, you can see the terror of the techies and Magnus, Micah. I would not want to be Boom in any circumstance. Like right now, I would not want to beat him. To play against this Magnus Techies, you are just always scared of this blink skewer. You're always going to panic when you see it. It's not fun. Still, Mikado, he's got that Battle Fury up. So if they hold out this AM, it might be able to farm a ton and start to build up for the rest of the team.
I mean, I guess he's farming.
Maybe.
Is Makoto about to prove that mid AM is a thing? Arbed gonna get jumped, gets the avalanche toss, a lot of damage on Arbed in big trouble, tries to get out of there, but no. Keskute, he was the one skewering Arbed this time around. They do get a very nice pickup. I don't know, John, do you actually think there's a chance that this mid AM is gonna work?
The timings are really off, but if you stall for 50 minutes, I guess you got a decent shot at it. I mean, it's going to be big. Again, if it lasts that long, I think. The issue here is for Boom to buy that space out. And considering how fast Among Us is playing, I don't know if there's going to be time. Because they are, despite goofing around, they are playing serious. They're taking objectives, they're running down. Boom has not been able to defend too well. If they lose more space in the map, if these tier 2s fall, then you're stuck in a scary spot.
Kodo. Oh no. Jabs. Gets the blast off in time, and there's the Omni Slash coming through, although no, it bounces to the creep wave. It looks like Makoto, no. He'll go down to the mines now. Oh, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. Why is this hero allowed in this game?
I know what you mean, Mike. Jabs gives us a good techies. Bombi tried, and Pumas.
Into the tier 2 mid tower. 9k net worth lead. What's Dota Plus saying? 89%, not too bad.
Yeah, it's a 10% chance, or 11% chance for Boom. Considering this kind of gap, look, there's only a 9k lead for Among Us, which is still big, but not as big as you'd expect. They get a good Ravage, you might be able to get a good fight out here.
They don't have the blink, but FBZ, he can just walk down or get tossed in by Hyde, and it looks like that's going to be the play. No, Hyde's going to blink in himself now with an avalanche, but Savage, those are some quick reactions out from the Jug. They happily back off now. Maybe not. They're getting more mines set up from Jabs. Arbed has the RP again.
Oh god.
3 people on that high ground. They're going to move in now. Hyde will jump in. Arbed being patient and waiting. They'll lose Cuckoo. Savage is moving in with the spin, but is now going to back off into the remote mines they are. Arbed now with the shockwave. Going to get Hyde. And no, he won't get the skewer. Dream Missile now. Might be willing to turn back around with that enrage. They'll buy back on Cuckoo, however. Might not be the team fight here for Boom Esports, as the Ink Swirl and Spin is going to be up from 23 Savage onto FBZ. Now the Soul Pine's out. Arbed just blinking in for a Ravage.
Oh.
He just cops it straight to the face. Makoto jumps in, but now Arbed, he gets a 3-man RP into the blast off. Oh, they're just going to run. Just run. The GG's called. Look at the confidence from Arbed, John. He blinks in and waits for a Ravage from FBZ. That's how confident he was. They couldn't kill him.
Oh yeah, it was a great showing from Among Us. Boom. Well, it's unfortunate, right? Like, they ran out of time to think about the last pick. They had the worst random you could imagine for the lineup. Doesn't work out in the end, of course. Good effort, though. I mean, they tried to make it work, and Mikoto, props to him. He actually held that lane against Abed. Like, he burned the mana, he played it right. It wasn't enough. Way too greedy, and I mean, they gave it a shot in the end. I think that is still commendable for them. But Among Us, what a way to close out their groups. Really nice set of victories for them.
Absolutely, and of course, Boom will probably have another opportunity to verse Among Us once we get to the playoffs. In fact, if both these teams win in their first round of playoffs, I believe they will be up against each other again. So there you have it. We might be seeing them again in a couple days. Until then, however, we do have one more series, John. It's going to be 0-3-2 up against 496 to finish us off for the night, and it should be a rather explosive match between the two. It is MLP Dota and John X Fire, and we'll see you again in 10 minutes for our final series. See you then.
That's live.